So when you were a kid, did you ever get invited to another kid's birthday party and all the other kids got a nice big fat juicy piece of cake and you only got a piece of cake that's like half the size? Well, if that ever happened to you, you probably felt a little cheated or kind of left out. Exactly, I guess how us Intel Mac users are starting to feel now that Logic Pro 11 has come out. You're going to notice you don't have as big a piece of cake as those lucky M chip owners. In fact, you don't have all the features basically that they have. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit jealous. I'm watching these M chip computer owners, with their state of the art computers, talk about Logic Pro 11 on YouTube and talking about everything they can do. And lo and behold, I downloaded and yeah, I can do some of the things, but not everything they can do. So yes, I'm an Intel Mac computer owner. I bought my computer, I guess it was early 2019. Technically, it's a 2018 model, but still, I paid almost $3,000 for it and was expecting it to last a long time. Based on my last computer, which I had previously, that I bought in 2007, and that lasted 11 years. So based on that, I got another 5 or 6 years to go. However, it seems to me like Apple would like me to upgrade a little sooner than maybe I want to upgrade. But you know what? I'm going to hold out as long as possible. So, yes, we're starting to see it happen. We saw a little bit of it with Logic Pro 10.8, where we're starting to see certain features are just exclusive to M chip owners. And and you got to imagine it's just going to happen, more and more with future updates. However, all's not lost, and I guess back to my cake scenario, having a half a piece of cake is better than no cake at all, which I'll talk about next about some of the things you do have if you're an Intel chip owner and which you do not have. Okay, so this video is really for all us bitter Intel Mac chip owners. So if you're an M chip owner, I guess go find something else to do unless you want to, rub it into us and watch this video and leave some harsh comments. But so basically, what I was going to do is show for the Intel Mac owners which you have and which you do not have. And I've gone on to the Apple support page, which you can see in front of me, and lists what's new in Logic Pro for Mac 11. And the big thing which we do have, which is great, is in addition to the session drummer, which we've had for a number of years, we now have a bass player and a keyboard player. And with that, we have I think there's 6 different bass plugins you can choose from, as well as 3 different piano plugins you can choose from. And by the way, they sound really good. The third thing is we have this global chord tracker, which I'll show again in a little bit. But basically, whatever chord progression you have or choose to set up, your session bass player, keyboard player, and drummer will play right along to that. Then there's a control transposition with pitch source perimeter, whatever that means. I haven't looked at that yet. I'm going to get back to what you don't have in a second because I'm skipping that here. But route MIDI internally, I'm assuming you have that. I haven't checked it. Dolby Atmos enhancements, and then other features. The one that I'm happy about is this real-time bounce for external instruments. So basically, if you have outboard gear and you want to use the input output plugin, it will bounce your new take right below your existing take without having to do. I think before I have to bus it over to another track, so that made that a lot easier. But the big thing is, for us Intel Mac users, is the fact that we do not have where was it? We do not have the stem splitter. Which is disappointing. So, in fact, if I click on here, it will show you stem splitter available on Macs with Apple Silicon. So that we're SOL on. And then ChromaGlow, and for those who don't know what that plugin is, it's basically a plugin that kind of gives things an analog feel. They describe it here: saturation plugin to add warmth and vintage character to your mixes, kind of like hardware would do. And this I was really hoping I would have access to, but we don't have that either. See ChromaGlow. Go over here. ChromaGlow is available on Macs with Apple Silicon. So as far as I could tell so far, those are the two main things we do not have. But I have not, tested these other items. If anybody has, feel free to let us know in the comments. So with that, I'll open up Logic here. And you can see, yes, I do have Logic Pro 11. And let me insert a song here, because I want to show you, just demo what you don't have. Whoops. Got stuck there a little bit. Oh, this must have been done in 44, and I got everything in 48, so I got to convert the file. Import. Okay. So here, if I had Stem Splitter, I would click on this track, which I did here. Then I'd hit, I guess I hit Control, right side my mouse. You would go down to Processing, and if you see, or if you look here, you'll see Stem Splitter, grayed out. In fact, the little pop-up just came up. This menu item is disabled because no valid audio region is selected. Well, I did select the valid audio region. It's just that I don't have an M-chip computer. That's why that's not there. Then as far as ChromaGlow, that would be in your effects, your audio effects. And that, I believe, if you had it, it would be under distortion, where you see Bit Crusher, Clip Crusher, and these other distortion items. It would be listed there, because I've seen other folks do a demo on that, and that's where it popped up. But it doesn't even show up. And I guess while I'm in here, I'm also going to show you. I'm going to go back to, I guess, Logic Pro 10.8. which is the update they did last November. And they gave us this mastering assistant, which we do have, but we don't have full access of that either. And it's going to run its thing here. Just give it a second. Okay. So on here, yes, we have the master assistant, but I don't know if anybody ever noticed, but there's these characters for different, I guess different saturations for your mastering. And the only one we have is clean. We do not have valve. You can see it says requires Apple Silicon. We do not have punch. Same thing. And we do not have transparent. So unfortunately, we got a little shortchanged back in November as well on that. And just if you're curious, I don't think I've listened to this in a while, but this song is it's a punk rock song that my friends and I guess when we were, I don't know, like 17, 18, 19 years old, and maybe in our early 20s. We were just starting to learn how to play our instruments, and we couldn't do cover songs very well. And I was into punk back then, so started writing our own punk songs with kind of silly lyrics. But I'll play it for you. I actually recorded this last year. So this was written by an 18-year-old, but recorded by a 60-year-old using real drums. I can play a little bit of drums using real bass. No session, no, I guess, Apple session players, and a real, guitar with a Marshall amp, and me, screaming away here. And I think this song was, I don't even know if the lyrics make sense. It's called Susie, and it was about somebody that was, mixed up, a mixed up girl that's confused and all. But here we go. If you want to hear what this sounds like, I'll just play like maybe 15, 20 seconds of it. I'm not going to torture you with it. And she don't care for rock and roll. She don't care for jazz or soul. She don't care for society. She don't care for any damn thing. Susie! Susie! Oh dear Susie! Oh dear Susie! All right, enough of that. And yeah, I think I was trying to go for a live feel, and obviously a little bit of Sex Pistols influence there. So next, I was going to show you. What was I going to show you? Actually, I was going to show you some alternatives that you can utilize. So again, you don't have stem splitter, unfortunately. But there are other programs out there that you can use. In fact, I use one, and I think I have this up here somewhere. Here we go. I use one, now it's web-based. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this correctly. It's AI. But I subscribed to this, I guess, last fall. And I'm guessing it's probably better than the one from Apple. You can certainly split out a lot more. You can split out, vocals, drums, bass, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, piano, synthesizers, strings, etc. I think the Apple one, you can only split out bass, vocals, drums, and then it puts everything to another category. But I used this a couple times. Mainly where I was doing acoustic, me singing, playing acoustic guitar at the same time, and I had some bleed and some phase issues, and I tried to reverse the polarity in my software to correct the phase, which usually it does, and it would correct it for the guitar, but then all of a sudden the vocal would sound thin. So what I ended up doing was using this, and I took the vocal track, uploaded that, and completely removed the bleed of the guitar. And then I did the same with the guitar. I uploaded the guitar, and I completely removed the bleed of the vocal, and it sounded nice and thick. I got rid of that thin, phasey type problem I was having. But I think I paid like $30 for this for like 500 minutes. We can check the pricing here if anyone's interested. And I'm not affiliated with this company, but I figured I would just show it to you. Oh, here we go. Pro Pack, $35 for 500 minutes. So it looks like it went up like $5, and it's actually 50% off because it's normally $70. So at any rate, that's an alternative you could try. As far as ChromaGrow, is that how you say it? Again, that's sort of trying to mimic analog gear, and there are other things you can continue to do, which have always been in Logic. You can, again, use different distortions, bit crusher, a little bit of that, and clip distortion. I use this on my mastering bus once in a while. I use, where the heck is it again? Here it is, Fat FX. This also, if you use it subtly, you can enhance the bass. There's different types: warmth, classic, chip, the different compressors, just like you have in Logic, the different compressors. Distortion. What do they have here? Saturation, tube. So there are, different choices, or like, I have real outboard gear that I use. So like one of my preamps has a tube in it. So all that can warm it up. So not having stem splitter or ChromaGrow is not, not the end of the world, sort of speak. What else? I guess I'll show you real quick. And there's other folks on YouTube that, we'll do a much better job of demoing this. So I'll just kind of show this at a high level. But these session drummers are really, really pretty cool. So let me load up a couple of those session players. So what am I going to load up? I guess yeah, we'll load up a drummer, which we always had before. Then we'll load up a bass player. And then we'll load up, I guess, a keyboard player. All right. Now, if you look up here, right below what I've just highlighted here, you'll see it automatically put up a chord progression. So that's that global chord, I guess, feature that we now have, and we have it, I guess, also if you're, an Intel chip owner, and so it automatically puts up a chord progression. Now I'll go ahead and play this, so you're gonna hear, the drum, the bass, and the keyboards. Yeah, you got a taste of that. Now the cool thing is, just a couple things I'll just show you. And again, go find a YouTube a YouTube expert, and they'll really go into detail about all you can do with this. But you can change the key. So instead of C, what is it, C major? Maybe I want this in A minor. I'll transpose it. Wait, did it transpose it? Let me try E minor. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm blind. So I think the first chord before was a D. Now we got a G going. So let's. There we go. So that's cool, and obviously you can change the tempo and everything with that. But the other cool thing is, if you want to start building your own song, or change any of these chords, so let's say I don't want this to be A minor, I basically go in here. Maybe if I open this down here, I basically click on this A minor. I think I double click it. There we go. Then I hit Control and Edit Chord. So maybe I don't want A minor. I'll just make this up. Maybe I just want, I want D minor for some reason. So I switch it to D minor, and look, now it's D minor. And we go back to our beginning. Got the idea? So you can build your whole song with all your chords on there, however you choose. Now, let me give myself some space here. I'll show you a couple things here. Maybe we'll start off with the bass. Now, the bass player, you can make this as complicated, as you want, or as simple. It's got different complexities that you can try. I'll just sort of solo it here. It sounds like it's just playing the root note of those chords. Again, it's following the chord progression above. Oh, and by the way, while I'm thinking of it, I did see somebody demo this. If I wanted the bass to play different chords than what the keyboard was, or different notes, you can do that as well. But I'm not gonna get into that. So you can make this, very complex. I guess. Did it do anything? At any rate, I don't know if that was a good example there. Let's see. There's all, you can go into details if you want to, have the pickup hits turned on. You want to change the feel, the dynamics. You want to change, I think, the pattern. You can do that. You can do that with the drum and then the keyboard player as well. If you want to change the bass that you're using. Actually, I'm sorry. If you want to change the player, you can highlight this, whether it's, rock, pop. It's sort of just like the drummer always was. You can do that. But the cool thing is you can change the bass itself. So right now it's using a classic bass. It looks like to me like it's a Fender P bass. But let's say you want a bass, from the 60s. Well, there you go. You got a Hofner, Paul McCartney bass. If you want a rock bass, let's see what that is. Looks like a Rickenbacker. But anyway, that's cool. And then what else? You can change the articulation. I mean, you could really get very sophisticated with this. Open slide. I know there's things, and I don't know, I remember exactly where it was. Maybe it was here. I'm going to go back. Pick. But somewhere I saw where you could do like slap bass and all that. So it really is quite amazing what you can do with this stuff now. The pianos, let's see here. Let me go down. Piano, it can do hundreds of things as well. You can either have both hands on the piano, just the left hand, just the right hand. Grace notes, feel, change the type of player, and then change the piano. I think there's 3 pianos maybe. What do we got here? Studio Grand with 1 mic, Concert Grand, Vintage Upright, and they sound really, really good. I'll just demo the. I'll demo the piano. At any rate, that gives you a taste of that. So, I guess in summary, just to close this out here. So, yes, I'm jealous of the M-chip Mac owners. And I really feel if Apple wanted to, they could have made the stem splitter and ChromaGrow available for Intel Mac owners, but obviously they made a business decision, in my opinion, not to do that. And I don't know, I don't work at Apple, so I don't know for sure. Yeah, and I guess, part of me was like mad at first, but I guess at the end of the day, you got to be happy with what you got. And even as an Intel user, we're better off than we were before we had Logic Pro 11. Now, I've seen some folks who are Intel, Mac users, put comments down like, "Oh, that's it. I'm never buying another Apple computer," or I'm going to switch DAWs. But again, think about what you now have, rather than what you still don't have. You got more. You got more than you ever had before. But with all that said, I think we're starting to see the writing on the wall, us Intel Mac owners. We're going to see more and more of Apple's updates and I guess software programs going more and more towards the M chip. And as I said earlier when I was doing the intro, I'm hoping to keep my computer as long as possible. But somewhere down the road, I'm going to have to make a consideration of whether I, upgrade. So that's it. So let me know, if anybody has any comments or any thoughts, feel free to list it below, and we'll talk to you next time. Thank you.